I hate gift giving and receiving.
Receiving gifts is so weird. What do you say? Thank you?
This is Coffee Convos with Kail Lowry and Lindsie Chrisley.
I really want you to be in your feels, Kail.
That does not interest me whatsoever.
I feel very attacked by you.
A spirited discussion about motherhood, friendship, family, and life in the public eye.
I'm just not with the fakery anymore.
There's a fakery bakery around here.
Here's Kail and Lindsie.
Welcome, Coffee Combos. Happy New Year.
Wait, nobody knows about the fact that we are now on camera for Coffee Convos podcast.
We are live on camera coming at you from Atlanta, Georgia and Dover, Delaware. But Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. I thought it was going to be a better start, but it's okay.
What's wrong? What happened?
I mean, nothing really happened. It was going well until it wasn't. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Have you ever had a day where you woke up and you're like, this day is going to be really good. And then all of a sudden 30 minutes later, literally everything went to shit?
Usually that's every day for me. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good because that has been the first 4 days of January for me. So I love that.
So I started this budgeting, it's called the No Spend Challenge, and I got it for my iPad. And we're on day 4, and I've already failed. So,
wait, explain this challenge.
Okay,
I also failed, and I'm not doing
it. So Kristen was working on my accounting, and when I had to go, she made me a spreadsheet of all my Cash App and Venmo transactions, and so seeing it because on my bank statement, it doesn't say who it was to or what it was for. So I had to go in and say who it was to, who it was, what it was for, and then if it was business or personal. So that's all great and fine. But when I actually saw all the transactions laid out like that, I wanted to throw up. So then I get on TikTok and I see this girl who always budgets. She has this no spend budget. And so I was like, oh my God, I need that. So I got it, and I'm going to show you what it is. This is the no spend calendar for January. And then it says the goal is to eliminate unnecessary and impulsive spending. So at the bottom, you can do what's allowed and what's not allowed. And then you go in per day and you write down what you've spent, and then you highlight it in whatever color, red or green. So right now, today's Wednesday, it's the 4th, and I haven't put in my budgeting yet, but the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd were all fails.
Oh, wow. I would say I'm proud of you. I'm not proud of you, but I'm also not proud of myself because I've just done a really bad job at budgeting lately. It's pretty bad. I think that I could eliminate. Okay, so one time when I was married, Will and I did no eating out January, and that wasn't my cat. That was fast food.
No takeout.
Yeah, no takeout for January. And we did it. We successfully did it, and it was wonderful. As a non-married person and trying to do things just solo, I feel like it's so much easier to just grab something to go, even if it is literally just going to the sushi place and just grabbing to go sushi. So much easier. Have a big problem with that. But I think where I could cut back is my eating out. My mind's in the gutter. My eating out.
Your takeout spending?
My takeout spending or restaurant spending. I'm always going to grab a salad or grab sushi or just because it's just so much easier than fucking up my kitchen at home.
Yeah. Well, and you're one person. And even when Jackson's there, you're only 2 people. I can't tell you how many times I didn't cook for me, Lux, and Creed. I mean, the good thing is I did get my HelloFresh kit yesterday, my meal kit. So that'll be I'm going to start that for next week. Excuse me. And then on the calendar at home, we started writing down the days that we don't have HelloFresh. We'll put what we're going to cook so that we already have the ingredients. And then we can do, some kind of other grocery delivery situation so that we have it at home and we're not taking time going to the grocery store. So yesterday was steak and potatoes, which was my request, which was really nice.
Well, let me tell you that I feel like this week has just turned into a prep week for my new year to start next week. So I'm still considering this 2022 this week because I've already fucked it up. So I went to the grocery store yesterday, and you guys remember me talking about the taco bowls that I would say Will and I used to make, but like really Will used to make and put them in our fridge.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to text him and I was like, yo, like what were the ingredients for the taco bowls so that I can go and get all the stuff to make it? So I went and got all the stuff to make it yesterday, and I'm just going to make it on the weekend because at this point I'm like, okay, we're already halfway through the week. No point in trying to mess up my kitchen now. But what I do think I'm going to do is I am so thankful that I get to have someone come and assist me cleaning on occasional Fridays. And she's coming on Friday, and I think I'm going to fuck my kitchen up on Thursday. So then when she comes, then it'll be all clean again.
Yes, that's the smart way to do it, especially if you're already halfway. Like, do not fuck up your kitchen until you know that you're going to have it like a nice deep clean right afterwards.
Oh, absolutely. Wait, okay. Are you the type of person, and I need to know about everybody because this really says a lot about your personality in a kitchen. So couple questions. Are you the type that you clean as you go, or you leave everything like in disarray and you clean at the end? Also, are you the type that if you get splatters on your stove, do you clean it up every time, or do you leave it and then clean it like once a week?
Okay, so
which one are you?
I hate that when people make a mess and clean it at the end because it gives me anxiety. So if someone else is in my kitchen, I will go in and clean while they're cooking. If it's me, I'm doing it while I'm cooking. However, that being said, I'm not good about cleaning my stove, so it gets cleaned at the end of the week. Okay,
so back when, again, I was married, because I really haven't cooked since then. Wow, I'm just a deadbeat. I would tell Will, you make such a mess in this kitchen, and like it literally brings me so much anxiety. And I would go in the kitchen while he was cooking stuff and just be like walking behind him, cleaning every like square inch of the kitchen. And he's like, you do realize that like a sign of a good cook is a messy kitchen. And I'm like, but it's a messy kitchen and you're not a good cook. Like if I have to have chicken thighs one more time from the Instapot, swear to God.
Yeah. Like I'm done here.
No, like I will clean as I go, but that was my chore growing up. So Julie would always cook. Savannah would be always making a mess. Like even if Savannah wanted to bake cakes like on a weekend, she got in this like one habit for a long period of time where she got the like right when the KitchenAid mixer came out.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted that thing. And I think she was like 10 or 12. And she was like, I have to have that to be able to make my cakes. Well, anybody who has one of those things knows that it's really hard to clean. And guess who got the cleaning job? Me.
You.
So I would go behind and clean up after them. And it was always my chore. If I didn't want to cook, then I had to clean. So I learned that habit. And now I just do as an adult. If I literally scramble eggs or fry an egg and it pops out underneath my grates, I have a gas stove. If it pops out, like I've got to clean it right away. I'll think about that pop, that grease pop. I will be thinking about it all day.
The stove that I got for my new house is so hard to clean, and I love the look of it, but it is not functional in the way of it's so hard to clean. It's not even funny, but it's funny that you brought up KitchenAid mixer because I need to tell you about my minor inconvenience with them. So I'm shopping online. Right before Christmas, and I see this KitchenAid mixer. Now, backstory on that is that Elijah cooks a cake. He bakes a cake every Sunday. That's his thing. He bakes a cake. It might be vanilla. It might be red velvet. It might be lemon. Who knows? Carrot cake, whatever. Every Sunday. He's also just like
that's
a
amazing.
Really good cook. Yeah, no, I love it. My kids love it. They freaking love it. And all my friends know that he's baking a cake on Sunday. So I was like, okay, the KitchenAid mixer would be good for him, and I think he would like it, but I'm going to get the one that I like look-wise. Aesthetically, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I see this one that matches the kitchen, and the bowl is like a black matte studded bowl, the mixing bowl. And then I also got a clear one that has like measuring on it for him. I'm fucking pumped. It's limited edition. Like, I'm so fucking excited. They don't sell the bowls separately, which I didn't know.
It's almost like the Post Malone Crocs.
Literally. So Alexa actually texted me and she said that she had it. And I was like, and she loves it. So I was like, perfect. Like, this is a good purchase. And it's like a Christmas gift for him, but I like the way it looks. We get it in the mail. I'm fucking pumped. We open it and it's the wrong one. It's not the limited edition series, which was like $125 more than the original.
But like we had to have the limited edition because only
Right,
like 5 people have it.
Literally needed that bowl. Like I got it for the bowl. And I get on with customer service. I'm on the phone over an hour and they tell me they're so sorry that they mixed it up. But unfortunately the bowl doesn't come separately. So I would have to pack everything back up. And you know, the styrofoam that they keep it together.
Oh my God.
And they tape it and everything. So it's just like a pain in the ass, and not to mention the fact that it's fucking heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So I'm like, just, can you just send me the bowl? And they were like, no. So I was like, okay. She's like, we can refund you or you can send the whole entire situation back and we'll send you a new one, but it'll take 3 to 4 weeks because by time they get the KitchenAid mixer back and then by time they send me a new one, it'll be like 3 to 4 weeks. And I was like, well, this is a Christmas gift. It literally came on the 23rd, and I said Christmas gift for purposes of Kristen doing my expenses. So long story short, it was
a Christmas gift for Elijah because we know you're not using it.
Correct.
So
I also don't celebrate Christmas and I needed an excuse to buy it. So I was like, Christmas gift. I ended up taking the refund because the refund for, you know, the difference between the original and what I got was like $125, but it was just going to be too much hassle to tape that fucking thing back together in the styrofoam, put it in the box, mail it out, make sure they got it. If they didn't, you know what I mean? Just like a shit show.
Needless to say, you didn't end up with a limited edition bowl. We don't feel sorry for you right now.
Thanks a lot, Crate and Barrel.
You need to just suffer with the KitchenAid mixer that you got and be happy that you can have a KitchenAid mixer. Also, that's another grievance that I need to air with you. If you are displaying your mixers and like shit all over your counters and stuff, I'm a minimalist. So like, do I always have shit on my island? Absolutely. Because I pretend like I'm going to organize it and then I put them in like specialized piles on my island.
Mm-hmm.
And then it takes a long time for me to actually put it away. Like right now, what I'm looking at on my island as we're talking is I have a section for 2 Christmas gifts for people. I mean, not Christmas gifts, birthday gifts. A pile of croutons and some garlic spread for a charcuterie. Don't really know why I have a ball pump on my island. Don't really know about that. And some makeup, like a whole set of makeup. And that will probably take until at least Friday until the cleaner comes and helps assist me so that my brain can get right to get it to the right area.
A healthier life starts with a deeper understanding of your body from the inside out. And if you guys followed me on live or you've been tracking my Instagram stories, I actually posted a screenshot of my sleep with my Oura Ring. So I got the Oura Ring. I love it. It's a wearable technology that lets you know what's happening on the inside and delivers you personalized health insights to help you make positive steps forward in your health journey. And this is something that I've been trying to do for the past year and a half. I actually love this ring because it's super comfortable. I wear it on my pointer finger. And in this age, honestly, so much of our lives is trackable. So this health monitoring technology is nothing new, but it works for you if you actually wear it. And to get the best insights, you can rely on something you can wear all the time. It's super comfortable. It's simple. It's sleek. There's no straps. There's no screens. And it's not a super boxy design. So it's a ring that you wear. It's accurate, personalized, and all in the form of a comfortable ring.
I absolutely love technology, especially when you can have a product like this. During the day, their advanced sensor technology tracks your heart rate, calories burned, and activity levels. And at night, it monitors body temperature trends, sleep quality, respiratory rate, and more. And I truly believe that when you know better, you can do better. You receive personalized data on the Oura app, so you can work on building healthy habits and living your best life. Like Kail said, it's super easy to wear. It's water resistant. It comes in 2 styles, 5 colors to match your aesthetic. One small ring could make a world of difference in your health. Visit auraring.com/coffeecombos to find the right ring for you and get $15 off your purchase. That's auraring.com/coffeecombos. Don't forget to use our link to save $15 on your Oura Ring.
Have you seen instead of charcuterie boards, the spread boards that they're doing, like cream cheeses, brie, and they're like dips?
No.
That's like a new thing that I've seen.
What are they called? Just like coochie spread?
cheese board, a spread board. I don't fucking know. Ask Alexa or Kristen. They'll probably know. They blew my mind yesterday. I saw this TikTok of an influencer, and she's going on and on about her favorite products of 2020, like, or 2022 of makeup. First of all, who the fuck is Charlotte Tilbury? Second, Hailey Bieber has a skincare line, and I literally had no idea. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And they're like, yeah, Kail, it's like Charlotte Tilbury's been a staple. And I said, since when? I've never heard anybody use her product. Like, is that a woman? Is that a brand? Like, what? I've never heard of this. So that was new. And then
Charlotte Tilbury, I use the Flawless Filter.
Since when?
Since like years.
No.
Since it probably came out.
No.
Also, what's on my lips right now is Charlotte Tilbury. It's Pillow Talk. Yeah, you just need to like get with the times. I don't know what's going on with you.
I'm not coming for Charlotte Tilbury. I just have never heard of her or any of these like nobody. Why do I feel like this like collection of makeup era where like when Kylie Jenner came out with her lip kits, right? Like everyone was obsessed with collecting makeup. Like all the YouTube people got big with their makeup and all having their own lines. Jaclyn Hill, James Charles, like all these people, and people would collect makeup, even like the eyeshadow palettes. They knew that they would never use these fucking wild ass colors, but they wanted to collect the makeup, right? And so I feel like that's kind of when I started to learn about contour and bronzing and stuff. But I have never heard in my life of Charlotte Tilbury.
This is a palette that I probably will never use, but I felt like I needed it for some reason. This is a brush that I definitely will use. Tarte brushes, so good. Probably didn't really need like this tiny, what even is this? Concealer.
Is that Charlotte Tilbury?
Have like 6 of these, but you know, it's Tarte. Have like 6 of these, but needed it. Yeah, I'll walk you guys through my makeup collection because I feel like I'm kind of a collector like that, and I don't use a lot of it.
But so why
I use 5 things,
that,
literally like 5 things.
I have never heard of Charlotte Tilbury. I've never heard of that. Like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it.
I'll post pics. I'll post pics to just prove that like I have the stuff because you're going to call me a liar. But I really need to ask you some mom advice and tell me if you've ever had this situation before, because I have been waiting to talk to you for 2 days about it.
Okay.
So Jackson's very much learning lessons right now. And I'm thinking it has to do with the fact that he's just been home and out of school and probably just like bored and getting into stuff. Okay. So I went up to his room and he was scuffling around and I was like, what the hell is actually happening? And he was just like, have you ever caught your kids like doing what they're supposed to be doing, but like they never actually do that? And you're like, okay, I know you're trying to hide something from me because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and you've never done that before.
I need a better.
Okay. Like an example, like Jackson knows when it's time for bed. Like I have always stressed to him, like go pee, brush your teeth, turn on your sound machine, turn on your fan, like all these things. He never does those things without direction.
Oh, I know exactly. Yes. So they all of a sudden they want to go do something that they have always had to be reminded to do, but then you didn't have to remind them. So you knew they were up to something.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened. So I noticed like these little remnants of blue painter's tape, like all over the place. And it looks like a cat chewed it or something because it's just like all wadded up, like someone didn't know how to tape something. So I'm like, okay, obviously that's weird. So at this point he was doing what he should have been doing, but he never does it. And also I found painter's tape. So he's obviously broke something. So I had gotten him that little astronaut thing that I showed you. And the head was off of it when I went to go and turn on his like little constellation in his room. And I was like, okay, so this is obviously a thing that was broken. And he was like trying to avoid me seeing it. So this is why it's really good to like have a spouse, because when you don't know how to put shit together, you think that everything's broken when it's really not broken. I was trying to put the head on backwards of this thing and it was magnetic if I would have just turned it the other way. So then Jackson got blessed out and I was like, you don't take care of your things. You don't have respect for stuff. Like everything in this room's coming out. Basically, you're going to live in here with one pillow, one sheet, nothing. Like all your toys, get the ball out. Like ball out, basketball goal out, like everything out. If you really keep pushing it. Oh yeah, now the fan's broke. So you also broke the fan. And then as I go
like
to
the ceiling fan?
No, like he has a box fan because he likes it for the noise.
Me too.
So that was broken also. And then as I went to go and fix the box fan and plug it into the wall, I realized that he had a little collection of where he had chewed up gumballs and stuck it on the back of his nightstand. I'm like, first of all, I don't advocate to be sticking it under tables at public places, but like if we were going to do that, that would be the location that we would do that at, like a pizza joint, like McDonald's, you know, like somewhere like that, like your fucking room.
That just sounds, that like screams something that Isaac would have done at his age, at Jackson's age. I never found gum, but that is definitely something that I could have pictured Isaac doing at Jackson's age.
I literally was like, are you out of your fucking mind? That's all I said.
Lux also has tried to tape and Elmer's glue things back together. And so it's he got a wrestler for Christmas, I guess at his dad's or something. I'm not sure. The head came off and he tried to glue it with Elmer's glue. And you know, it's just like a sticky, gooey mess. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God. The gum. I hope you took a picture with a Polaroid camera and saved that for later on. So you can be like, remember your gum garden?
No, your gum garden. No, I didn't. I immediately started peeling it off because I was like, what the fuck is this? And when I realized that it was like actually chewing gum, I literally just made eye contact with him and I said, are you fucking kidding?
That's like, oh, what else can you do in that moment? Like when you like, it's just like one of the,
it's like
harmless,
an unbelievable moment that like happens that you can like, you could have never like thought up that would happen.
Right.
And you're kind of
you're
just like stuck in that moment of what the fuck am I actually witnessing right now? And he just got into bed. Like he never said anything else and he just got into bed. And I was like, oh yeah. And by the way, you're paying for that astronaut. It's about $50 and you're going to pay for it. And he was like, well, I do have gift cards from Amazon for Christmas.
Oh my God. He's literally 3 of my kids in one, because that's some shit Lincoln would be like, oh, I'll just take it out of my bank account. Like,
oh, no. He goes, I said, first of all, that's not what your gift cards were supposed to be used for. Your gift cards were supposed to be used for something else. And now it's going to have to be used for this. So then he starts thinking, he's like, well, I've got one $50 one and I've got one $25 one. So Mom, can I still keep the $25 one if I give you the $50 one to replace my astronaut? And I'm like, go to bed. Like literally go to bed.
Wait, so did you turn it around and it was fine?
Yeah. And it was just like fixed.
So he tried to fix it thinking that it was broken, but to both of your surprise, it was
not broken. And also on top of that, I was like, how did the astronaut even get the head off? Like, why is the head just like stringing around on a cord? And he's like, well, I was like kind of doing flips on my bed and then accidentally my foot hit my nightstand and then it just went bam. And I was like, first of all, accidentally shit. Like, don't tell me about your fucking accidents because it's always a fucking accident. Everything's a fucking accident. Everything's a fucking mistake.
I cannot. You need to link for our listeners. You have to link the astronaut thing.
Oh, I will. It is so cute. I absolutely love it so much. But I also have to update you before
on the dick pic that you got.
On what?
The dick pic that you got.
Oh, we should put that in the Telegram. Okay, because I have gotten this same dick pic. Okay, let me back up. I sent Kail a screenshot of this dick pic that I regularly get in my DMs all the time. And it will be some of like the most foul, like I'm pretty sure he's beating it like while he's typing this, because the stuff that's said is almost like an in the moment thing, like somebody would like whisper to you or something.
Yes.
You know what
disgusting.
I mean?
Yes.
Like, let me lick you like a ice cream, or like, I don't know, you know, just like some weird shit. And he sends the same dick pic. And I'm like, first of all, if I had a ween that looked like that,
it's ugly.
I wouldn't be sending it to people because it's a chode. And
it's a chub.
No, a chode, you know, like.
I know, but didn't we talk about a chub?
Yeah, a chub. And everybody said that like, you're crazy for not knowing what it is. But this ween is like short and fat. And I don't know why he keeps sending the same one. He's been sending the same one literally for years.
I'm going to send it in a Telegram group right now and be like, this is what Lindsie sends me, and see what they say. And I'll read some of their responses. And now we got Chime, because the first thing you do when you wake up is probably not checking your credit score. And at Chime, that's what they do for you. So they have a secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card, and you can start to build credit with your own money. Chime reports your payments to credit bureaus to help you build credit over time, and their members see an increase of 30 points on average, which is amazing. All of this with no annual fees, large security deposits, or credit checks to apply.
What a great way to start your year.
Yes, seriously.
By signing up with Chime. You guys can start your credit journey with Chime. Sign up takes only 2 minutes and it doesn't affect your credit score. Get started at chime.com/convos. That's chime.com/convos. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by Stride Bank in a pursuant to a license from Visa USA Chime Credit Checking Account and $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply for the secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card. Regular on-time payment history can have a positive impact on your credit score. Impact to score may vary and some user scores may not improve. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply except at MoneyPass ATMs and a 7-Eleven or any Allpoint or Visa Plus Alliance ATM.
So Care of is a subscription service that ships high quality personalized vitamins, supplements, and powders conveniently to your door. I'll actually take a picture of mine, and I love the little quotes they've put on their packages, and their packets are actually made of plant-based compostable film. So you can stress less about your impact on the environment. Each shipment comes with a customized booklet showing you exactly what's in your individual daily packs and why it was recommended for you. I did just start taking a magnesium supplement, and I do take that on an empty stomach. So I actually take my magnesium first thing in the morning, and then the rest of my pack I take before bed. So everything's by my bed.
I absolutely love Care of, been using them for years. I mainly love it because it takes all of the thinking out of it and I get all of the benefits. So I don't have to have multiple different bottles, worry about whatever I'm traveling. I just take however many packs for the amount of days that I'm going to be gone and just put those in my bag. And it's so easy. If you guys have not tried Care of, you're just going to take a short in-depth quiz about your lifestyle and health goals for a personalized recommendation. It's going to take all the guesswork out of what supplements are best suited for you. Because honestly, I just didn't know. And now is such a great time to reflect on the past year and think about what you want to leave behind and set some goals for some habits or routines you wish to continue or to just start in 2023. They're great for on the go and it's easy. It shows up right at your door. So it's going to come with a little customized booklet showing you exactly what it is in your individual daily packs and why it was recommended specifically for you and your health goals.
For 50% off your first Care of order, go to takecareof.com and enter code COFFEE50. Again, that's 50% off your first Care of order. Go to takecareof.com and enter code COFFEE50.
They need to see it, but I need to update you on the Idaho murders. Have you been keeping up with it?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I have been glued for my whole time off. I have been glued to the Idaho 4. They actually did arrest someone. So
I did see that. So give us the rundown on that.
Okay, so the guy's name is Brian Koberger. He was taken into custody by local police and FBI at 1:30 a.m. in eastern Pennsylvania on a warrant charging him with 4 counts of murder and burglary for the deaths of 4 Idaho students. This was a couple of days ago. After his arrest, while he was, I guess, like in the process, like he was arrested, but like in the process of this process, he had made some type of statement regarding, I don't know the exact quote, but it was essentially like, was he the only suspect that they had arrested? And so I think at that point, so many people were speculating, and I had theories. One of them was when they did the press conference, they addressed nothing about, the only thing that he said after being arrested was regarding another suspect. And so I thought that they would address that during the press conference that they held, but they didn't address anything about that in the press conference. So my thoughts were they're either not going to address it because if there is a potential other suspect, that they might not want to tip that person off because there could be another sealed indictment. And if there is not, he could just be trying to mislead law enforcement to ask that question now that he's been arrested to make them question if there was someone else that they should be looking for. You know what I mean?
I know I did hear that there are a lot of rumors right now. And I don't want to like add fuel to them.
There's a lot of speculation and stuff going on. But the FBI surveillance team from Pennsylvania field office said that they had been following him for 4 days leading up to his arrest. So this was a very well thought out plan. And as I had said, or I believe I said on the other episode when we were talking about the timeline of events, I think that the general public gets really upset when they don't release a ton of information. But at the same time, had they released some of the information that they had, they might not have ever caught him. So I'm glad that it all did turn out the way that it did. I was looking at pictures of his mugshot and or like the jail photo, whatever. And he was in a Velcro smock and I was so confused. But then I saw a TikTok that said that oftentimes when they're issued Velcroed smocks, it is said when an inmate has threatened to unalive themselves, it could be something that he said that caused them concern, or it could just be caution on law enforcement and FBI's part to just make sure that nothing happens with this being such a high profile case at this point and so heavily followed. What was really interesting, and I had no idea about this until the press conference, but with this case being a pending case in court, the Supreme Court restricts certain information from being shared. And that kind of pissed me off because at the point of the fact that he has been arrested and he is in custody and so many people wanting answers at that point, and they're so confident that they have the guy, I was like, why should he have any rights for those warrants to be protected at this point? But I'm sure there's way more to it than just that. That's just me basically being a person that's followed this so carefully and just want to know every single detail. But they said once he was served the arrest warrant, once the extradition takes place, because he was arrested in Pennsylvania, he would have to be extradited back to Idaho. And once that takes place, the arrest affidavit would be able to be released with the true facts of what's going on. And that's what law enforcement had encouraged people to solely rely on, those arrest affidavits and anything that law enforcement was releasing, but not, what other outlets were releasing. It was interesting as well that he is a 28-year-old PhD student studying criminal justice at Washington State University in Pullman, Washington, which was only a 15-minute drive from the rental home of the Idaho 4. I am so interested to see what the actual connection was with him. It's said that he was that they have found some connection with one of the victims. And I don't want to say who, if you guys have been following, you know who it is, but I don't want to prematurely say anything without knowing, anything. It was said that he was not just a criminal, but he actually studied their craft, which was very interesting to me because I was like, for someone, that makes me think that he is just an unwell person, and it gives me very serial killer vibes. His mugshot very much to me looked like Ted Bundy. And it was said that behind bars, he had very little to no emotion.
That's so sad. I did see the photo you're talking about. And I don't want to add fuel to rumors, like I said, but I did hear what could allegedly be him calling into a podcast.
Okay, wait, I'm going to get to that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because that is, I keep listening to that over and over again. And I have a couple theories around that. But at his arrest, it was said that a white Hyundai Elantra was removed from the residence where he was arrested. And the authorities narrowed their focus to Kohberger after tracing his ownership of a white Hyundai Elantra that was purchased 7 months before the crime. Interesting that he changed his license plate 5 days after the crime from Washington to Pennsylvania plates, which would also change the plate number. And he was likely doing this in case the plate was caught on camera, because he was going to continue driving that car. And I know a lot of people have questioned, like, why continue driving that vehicle. I have a couple theories on that as well. Like if
hiding
he was
in plain sight, he wants to be right under your nose.
Yes. And I think that I don't know much about him, and we haven't seen enough to really speculate anything outside of like true speculation or what sources that have been in contact with him or know him would say. But I do think that there is very much a part of that. And then also you've got to consider this happened during the holidays or leading up to the holidays. So I believe it was November the 13th that the crime took place. So if, let's just say he happened to change vehicles, which might not, we don't know financially like what he would have access to be able to do that. But wouldn't that be an alert to people that would know him if he changed his vehicle and like why he did it when he had just purchased this vehicle 7 months ago?
Like it would have been more of a red flag if he changed it right away after just getting it. Yeah, because I mean, if you were to have committed a crime and then you quickly changed your vehicle, and then they came to me for questioning, I would have, I mean, I wouldn't snitch on you, but if I was going to, I would be like, yeah, that's weird because she did just get a new car, and then they'd go investigate that. So it would be more of like a red flag for sure.
I totally agree. It has been said that Kohberger's DNA has also been matched to genetic material recovered at the Idaho 4's home. Where he was arrested was at his parents' home in a gated community in Pennsylvania. I was scared because I was like, oh my gosh, are they going to close down like roads and all kinds of shit like close to where Kristen lives? Or when I saw the names of these places in Pennsylvania, I'm not familiar with that area, but these were two areas that you have referenced many times before. So I was like, wow, it doesn't hit home for me, but I feel like it hits home because I know someone from those areas.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Javi was born and raised in Allentown, and I lived in Allentown for 6, 7, 8 years. I don't know. And then Scranton, I still have family there because it's literally 30 minutes from my hometown. So it was definitely weird because both places were on there.
And like, obviously I feel like I have a connection to Scranton because of The Office. So like,
oh yeah. And like Wallen Paulpack, they filmed the Booze Cruise on there.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. Like, I need to make sure that Dunder Mifflin is okay.
All right. So with HelloFresh, you guys know we've talked about it 100 times. We've talked about it for years. We've had it on our Instagrams, and we absolutely love HelloFresh. It's such good farm fresh, pre-portioned meals with ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. I hate going to the grocery store. So if I can have my meals already prepped out and lined up and ready to go, I'm more than likely gonna cook it. This makes it fun, easy, and affordable. And my kids love helping. This is America's #1 meal kit.
I absolutely love HelloFresh. I was just looking at their weekly menu. I set up the plan for me so that I could do 2 meals a week, but I set it for 4 actually, because as a single mom, it's just easier to cook for a little bit more and to have leftovers. I love a good leftover meal, but I got the sesame soy pork bowls, and I am going to try the spicy Kail Caesar with chicken. I love this so much because it helps me save money. I'm not eating out that much anymore, and it fits my goals of trying to use my kitchen a little bit more, because before this, I think I had used my stove only like 3 times.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So if you guys want to save money this time of year, like all of us do, HelloFresh is going to help you save money all year round. And in fact, a fun fact is HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% cheaper than takeout. So if you guys have never tried HelloFresh, you absolutely need to try it. You can go to HelloFresh.com/convos21 and use code convos21 for 21 free meals plus free shipping. Go to HelloFresh.com/convos21 and use code convos21 for 21 free meals plus free shipping. What was really crazy and also very serial killer vibes to me was it has been said that he continued his studies after the murders and was even present during a class discussion about the quadruple murder. And that was according to a classmate.
Well, and see, then that brings me back to murderers inserting themselves into the investigation, inserting themselves into, that type of thing. And that kind of, why would you say anything? Why wouldn't you just sit in that class and shut the fuck up?
Yeah, just literally shut the fuck up.
But then it just doesn't, I want to get into the mind of a murderer because I need to know if they think that they're smart enough to get away with it, why are you inserting yourself? Do you want to get caught or do you really think you can get away with it whether you insert yourself or not? Like, which one is it?
I don't know, but I would venture out to say that if he was a regular participant, there's definitely psychological aspects going on here too, right? And if he thinks that he's smarter than everyone, which I believe is likely the case, maybe if he felt like he was going to continue on about his life as he normally would, like participating in class discussion, driving the same vehicle, like doing all of those things, that he would just be under pretty much everybody's nose, but at the same time getting away with it.
Right.
And like not alerting anybody. Also, it was reported that he had a really weird food fetish, and it was said that it went beyond being vegan. He required his aunt and uncle to buy new pots and pans because he refused to eat from anything that had ever had meat cooked in it. And it was said to have been an OCD type of tendency. I feel like you oftentimes hear things about serial killers and stuff about like having weird fetishes and stuff. So I just wonder like when this food fetish started and if he's always had something like this, if this developed over time. That's just like a very weird thing. Like I wouldn't go to someone's house and be like, hey, before I come there, I need you to buy a new set of pot and pans because if you've ever cooked meat in there, like I can't eat out of it. Like that's extreme.
And this was his aunt and uncle, not his parents?
His brothers, or I mean his dad's sister, I believe.
And she came out and said this, or how do we know that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she came out. Both of the dad's sisters have spoken. This is the dad's sister, and then the other woman who spoke, she was a sister through marriage. So I guess like maybe she was married to, it was like his sister-in-law.
Right.
Another thing that was interesting was that there was so much question surrounding if he would waive his extradition. And his public defender in Monroe County, Pennsylvania, said that he was eager to be exonerated of these charges and looks forward to resolving these matters as promptly as possible, said he intended to waive his extradition hearing and that would expedite his transport into Idaho. And so I thought that was really interesting that he immediately, his public defender issued a statement to the public. I'm kind of a little bit shocked by that, honestly. If I was in this situation, I wouldn't be having my attorney release any type of statement because one, you don't have to. So like, why? And then Kohberger's attorney also confirmed that Kohberger's dad went to Idaho and drove back with him to Pennsylvania in mid-December. They were pulled over 2 different times. I saw the first body cam video. It was only a couple of seconds and it wasn't really much of anything. But the second stop, the body cam footage is not going to be released. And that is said to be a part of an active criminal investigation. So I don't know what was said on that. It must be something because the first one was released.
So the dad drove back from Idaho to Pennsylvania with him.
Yes.
Okay. So I have several questions and I'm asking because I didn't keep up with all of this. What the fuck was he doing in Idaho? Yes, I understand that he was going to college. What did you say, 20 minutes away?
50. They said like anywhere, like 10, some reports say 10 minutes, some reports say 15.
Okay, but what the fuck was he doing in Idaho?
Don't know. I also would love to know that. And then why
did the dad go there?
I hope
that this is not like a Brian Laundrie's parents type of situation, because I really believe that they helped Brian Laundrie, and I really hope that Kohberger's dad didn't know or help him.
So also the fact that he was at home with a car that was all over national news, and like the fact that his parents like
knew he drove that car, knew that he was in Idaho. His parents knew and should have come forward. So they have to know more information than what's being said.
There has to be something. Also, I wanted to say that one of the main reasons, it was said by law enforcement that one of the main reasons that the defendant chose to waive his extradition back to Idaho was the need to know what was in the probable cause affidavit. And I do believe that because he hasn't been served with those warrants, he doesn't know what's in them because they're also sealed to him just like to everybody else. 3 separate search warrants were issued and evidence thus far is under seal. It was said in a video that I saw last night that Pennsylvania courts say that the search warrants will actually remain sealed for 60 days. So the initial press conferences where we heard that once he was served with the warrants, they would become basically public record. Now it's being said by Pennsylvania courts that they would be sealed for 60 days. And the defense team that is in Idaho, also public defender, requested that the home not be cleaned so they had a chance to go inside and gather their own evidence. So I found that to be very interesting as well.
The home, like his parents' home?
No. I believe the home of the Idaho 4.
Got it. Okay.
Police also stated, which I thought was interesting, that they do not have the weapon that was used. And I was surprised that they came out and said that. Very surprised by that. And then also it was found on Reddit that because he, obviously was doing research for his graduate program, and he had posted 7 months ago on Reddit, research participation needed. Hello, my name is Brian. I'm inviting you to participate in a research project that seeks to understand how emotions and psychological traits influence decision-making when committing a crime. In particular, the study seeks to understand the story behind your most recent criminal offense, with an emphasis on your thoughts and feelings throughout your experience. In the event that your most recent offense was not one that led to a conviction, you may still participate. Additional surveys are included after the open-ended section to best understand your unique traits. The study should take about 15 to 20 minutes to fully complete. Your identity and all answers provided are completely confidential. So then he posts the link to the questionnaire. And when you open up the questionnaire, it says, these are some of the questions. What was the first move you made in order to accomplish your goal? Please detail every thought and feeling at this point. Did you prepare for the crime before leaving your home? Please detail what you were thinking and feeling at this point. Before leaving, is there anything else you did? After committing the crime, what were you thinking and feeling? Before you made your move, how did you approach the victim or target? Please detail what you were thinking and feeling. After arriving, what steps did you take prior to locating the victim or target, person or object? Please detail your thoughts and feelings. Why did you choose that victim or target over others? Why did you choose that? He asked the question twice. Why did you choose that victim or target over others? Then on top of that, as I continue my research, he allegedly called into a true crime podcast recently, and allegedly the host claimed that he sent the call to the FBI. I will be linking that call in to the Instagram page this week when this episode releases. I also received a personal message to my Instagram from someone who went to high school with him, said that she and none of her friend group seemed to know who he was and were very confused, but did tell me that his mom worked at the school. And one person said that they remembered him only because of a major weight loss journey. They sent me yearbook photos of him, which I will also share with you guys, and also shared with me that both his sisters are counselors, therapists in the mental health and behavioral field. Other friends from high school that he hung out with have done interviews. I've seen some of that stuff floating around on TikTok, said that he had a serious drug problem and rumored to have been on cocaine at the time of the murders. Source says that cell phone data show him stalking the girls for a week, and his phone pings follow every move that they made. Another source says that he wore gloves everywhere, even in the grocery store. I don't want to put too much stock into this because if he truly did have OCD tendencies, and he was a potential germaphobe, and it had nothing to do with like being a vegan as to why he wanted clean pots and pans. That could explain the gloves, but also if in fact he did do this and he was trying to cover his tracks, that also
he didn't do a very good job.
Explain that as well. Supposedly he was found disposing of trash into the neighbor's trash can while at his parents' home in Pennsylvania. And it has been rumored that he wore partially protective gear at the house the night of the murders. In my opinion, this would look like premeditation to a jury. And in Idaho, it is a death penalty state. And, you know, we all know that I'm very conflicted on death penalty.
Well, I just want to say that if we were going to do true crime, you just did a great job. Fantastic job on giving me the rundown on all of this. So I don't know where that has been. I should just be listening to true crime. You should just do true crime and I'll just listen because you just gave me the entire synopsis in 15 minutes.
Love that for
Holy
us.
fuck. No, you did a great job. So good job.
Okay, well, so for all of you that are interested in keeping up with this, I'm probably going to be posting some of this stuff on my Instagram as things develop as well. And of course, any like major breaks in this case, we will definitely cover on Coffee Convos.
Coffee Combos Podcast is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Most of you listening right now are probably multitasking. So while you're listening to us talk, you're probably also driving, cleaning, exercising, or maybe even grocery shopping. But if you're not in some kind of moving vehicle, there's something else you can be doing right now. Getting an auto quote from Progressive Insurance. It's easy and it could save you money by doing it right from your phone.
Drivers who save by switching to Progressive save nearly $700 on average, and auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Discounts for having multiple vehicles on your policy, being a homeowner, and more. So just like your favorite podcast, Progressive will be with you 24/7, 365 days a year. So you're protected no matter what. You guys can multitask right now. Quote your car insurance at progressive.com to join the over 29 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, national average 12-month savings of $698 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2021 and May 2022. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
All right, you guys, January means dealing with customer emails, returns, gift card purchases, and the inevitable increase in postage costs. As we all know, Lindsie and I know this, and we've teamed up with stamps.com. They have teamed up with the post office. So you get huge mailing and shipping discounts up to 86% off. It's a new year, no brainer for your small business, or honestly, if it's not for your small business, it still works. Print your own postage right from home or office within minutes of signing up, and you never have to stress about finding the fastest and cheapest shipping solutions. I can speak for Lindsie and myself when I tell you that I hate going to the post office.
When I tell you it is one of my most dreaded trips every single week. I don't do it anymore, but like when I was doing it, it was dreaded. It is a stress-free solution for every small business. Or if you're just like us, you can use stamps.com to print your postage wherever you do business. All you're going to need is a computer and a printer. It's as simple as that. They're even going to send you a free scale. So you'll have everything that you need to get started. So if you need a package pickup, you can easily schedule it through your stamps.com dashboard. And if you sell products online, stamps.com seamlessly connects with every major marketplace and shopping cart. So that's super nice. You guys can start the new year by saving serious money on mailing and shipping. Get started with stamps.com today. Sign up with promo code COFFEE for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a free digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and enter code COFFEE. I want to get into some listener topics really quick. The first one says, I need some help. Been dating this guy for a couple of months, and while we have had a great time together, when he drinks, he goes hard. So hard that if he's binging, then at night he will wet the bed. Is this a normal behavior? I've never been in this position before. Not sure if I should stay and monitor drinking like I'm his mother, or if I should run. He's 36 and I'm 38, if that matters. Edit to add, he has done this 4 times just at my house. Who knows how many nights at his? Okay, first of all,
Okay.
I'm going to immediately comment on this. It is very common for people to piss themselves when they're belligerent.
I picked that listener topic. just so we're clear. I put that in there like last week. And when I saw it, I was like, because I have never been with someone who drinks excessively. So I don't know. And my mom is she is an alcoholic, but my mom that I can remember has never thrown.
You've said this before.
She's thrown up, but she's never pissed.
Yeah, but like this is a very common thing that happens. And we've talked about this many of times. I want to get to the more relationship part of this because I feel like you have to decide what your boundaries are and what your deal breakers are. And if it's something that you want to tolerate, then you have to basically accept it because he's proving that this is what he pisses himself when he gets belligerent and also gets belligerent.
Let me just add to that too. I agree with you. And there is a difference between like a deal breaker and just a flaw. Like flaws are what everybody has. We all, we can accept other people's flaws, our own flaws, things like that. If this is a red flag for you, if this is a deal breaker, but you choose to stay, then you can't complain about it. So that's number one. Like if you're going to stay and you're going to deal with this, you cannot then complain about it for the rest of the relationship.
I feel like if you've addressed it one time and you have stated that it's a deal breaker, and then you continue to accept it, then he doesn't take your boundary or deal breaker serious. So then at that point, you have to make a decision.
And then it's just going to be like a repetitive fight and nothing is ever going to get solved. I mean, if you didn't have a mattress protector on your bed before, maybe definitely get one on there now. And I mean, what did she say? She says, when he drinks, he goes hard. Okay. So how often are we talking? That's the other thing. Cause I mean, I don't know if that would be a deal breaker for me or not. Like if it's very infrequent, maybe it wouldn't matter to me. And I would know like, okay, he's going to go out. He's probably going to drink, but I don't know that in and of itself feels like a problem for me. If you're getting to the point where you're drinking so hard that you piss more often, than, just once or twice, like a year, maybe, I think that would be a deal breaker for me.
Okay. So if we're living in separate places and you want to piss yourself in your bed, not in my bed. Like you're not, that would be my boundary off the bat of like, you only get one time that you're pissing in my bed because I'm not waking up and cleaning up that shit. So you pee in my bed, you get one pass and then you're not coming back. And if you're belligerent, don't even actually call me.
See that one. Yeah. Like it's and it doesn't, if you're in a long-term committed relationship and you want to take things to the next step and like move in together, like how do you navigate that? Like, do you put them in a fucking diaper when they drink? Like, do you put them in a waterproof sleeping bag and put them on the couch that night? Like, how do you even navigate that? Because there's two issues here, right? Like one is the excessive drinking to the point where you're peeing. And the second one is cleaning up after the pee.
Bye, Kail. You said a waterproof sleeping bag or a diaper.
I mean, I'm just trying to think of solutions. If it's not a deal breaker, I'm just trying to be solution oriented.
I think that we just determined that it is a deal breaker. Like, I think that at the point that you know that that's what you do when you get that drunk, then you need to learn what your limit is and you need to cut yourself off before you get there. Because now you're pissing off someone that you claim that you love. So
it's so, and I'm not judging. This is not a judgment. I'm just speaking from my own personal experience is you guys all know that I'm not a drinker. I have nothing against people who drink, but for me personally, any time that I have been drunk, which is like a handful of times, I have never gotten to the point where I don't remember or I black out. I've never been blacked out.
You did go to the winery recently though.
I did. I went, I think it was the week of Christmas. Yeah, it was the week of Christmas. I went to the winery. Did you have so much fun? It was super cute. And you know what I loved about it? What I loved the most about it is that I was home by 8:30.
Okay. Yeah, that's really good news.
So I got a flight and it was like 4 or 5 wines that you got to try. And it was like half a glass. And there was 2 wines that I liked. One that I would probably drink if it was like a social setting, I might have a glass of wine. The rest of them, I wasn't a super fan, of. But it wasn't bad. I liked that I got to experience it. It was trivia night and I got some answers correct. So if anyone wants to hire me for their trivia team, let me know. And
hit me in my DM.
Home. Yeah, hit me in my DM, bling my hotline. And I was home by 8:30 and I played card games with the people that we went out with. And so that was a good time and I loved it.
That's so fun. I've always wanted to do the wine safari. I think it's in Los Angeles somewhere.
I thought it was is it San Diego?
Well, I don't know where it's at, but it's like somewhere. It's like a wine safari. And I'm like, that would be a great thing for me to do. And I actually wanted to do it with you when we went to LA one time, but then we waited too late to get tickets. So like we couldn't go. But then I realized that neither of us drank wine. And I was like,
no, remember the safari caught on fire?
Oh yeah, that did. But also neither of us drank wine, and I still don't drink wine. I feel like it's such an acquired taste. I'm a big champagne drinker, and I will drink Truly on draft, only the wild berry flavor. That's the only Truly that I like. We'll always drink that on draft or champagne or a mojito. Outside of that, like I don't really fuck with it. Like I don't like wine. I think I don't know. Maybe I just need to like learn how to do it. Maybe I should go and start getting flights and learn what I like.
Well, I really liked it because it also just helped me for having wine at my house because I do keep wine. Remember when we used to partner with the wine clubs on here?
Yeah. And like you actually do. I will say when I have done partners with those because I wanted to try to find wines that I actually like. Because when you go to like wine night or something and there's nothing that you like there, it's just like, I don't feel a part. So yeah. I did try to do those and I did run across some, come to think of it, I think I still have those cards in my pantry of wines that I did like. It's just not something that like I'm regularly drinking at home.
Right. I also like, I was going to say like, it's kind of like that where you can kind of try it and then keep it in the house for guests. Like if it's a good wine, you like it and you're like, oh, you can recommend it to your guests, you know? And a lot of my friends do drink. So I keep the wine in my house now.
That's really smart. Well, I think that we have time for a foul play, but I also want to do, give you guys this list of reminders for 2023. I saw it and it inspired me. So I'm like, well, I need to inspire the kitty gang. It says, celebrate your wins, not your things. Choose discipline in place of dopamine. Practice creating space, not creating drama. Use your authenticity in place of your act. Recycle your clothes, not last year's chaos. Make time for pleasure, not pick-me-ups. Renew your energy, not your ego. Value contribution, not confusion, and resolve to be yourself so that you can believe in yourself.
Where is this? Can you post it or send it to me?
I can post it and send it to you. I can do both.
I love that. Okay, do both. Hi, ladies. Huge fan of both of you guys, and I would absolutely die if I heard my foul play on the podcast.
Well, here we are.
Right. This is not the typical shit story, and honestly, I still crack up when I think about this. A year into dating my now husband, he decided to help out a local farmer hang tobacco. First of all, what does that mean, hang tobacco?
It's something that people do in the South.
This is a Southern thing. Okay. Yeah. This is a Southern thing, but basically they hang the stalks of tobacco in a barn and smoke it out. So if you're ever in the South and see a barn smoking, it's not on fire. Good to know. Thank you. Anyways, my husband got home and was complaining of his knees hurting. As someone who was in sports all her life, I'm an avid user of Icy Hot. Tell me why my husband decided it would be a good idea to apply Icy Hot on his knees and naked and then put on skin-tight boxer briefs only to pull the Icy Hot up onto his balls. Oh my God.
My God.
Cue
Icy
the most
hot balls.
Icy hot balls, literally. Cue the most god-awful screams from my husband, which resulted in me running to the bathroom, asking him what's wrong, and all he could tell me was Google it. Google what? I mean, my ass off. He then points to the Icy Hot bottle and then his nutsack, all while breathing like he was in labor. He then proceeds to get into the shower as I'm Googling how to get Icy Hot off your ball sack. Yes, that was my Google search. I'm sure someone somewhere got a good kick out of that. The first search that popped up was do not apply water to it. I'm screaming, get out of the shower. After a good 10 minutes of reading, searching, and have my husband go into full-blown labor, I found that olive oil takes it off, but you have to apply with a Q-tip. So needless to say, I ended the night with my face inches from his ball sack, applying olive oil to it. And all this man could say is, baby, we are bonding. This man is lucky I love him. 10 years and a kid later, I'm still with his goofy butt. I love you. I hope you both get a good laugh out of this. And if you ever get Icy Hot on your ball sack, better hope you have olive oil on hand.
Okay. Wow. First of all, you do love somebody if they have been so dumb to use Icy Hot and then get it on their ball sack, and then you are laying there applying olive oil with a Q-tip on their balls. Like, you do love them. So I love that for her. I'm not applying olive oil to anybody's ball sack with a Q-tip.
I feel like that's something Will would do. That's something that you would come on here and say, Will would do this. I just can't.
He is stupid like that. But listen, nobody is helping. Like, you need to go find your own Q-tip and olive oil and put it on your own balls.
Like, it's in here. Like, it says that you have to put it on with a Q-tip, but like, why?
Okay, no, I'm going to be like, you need to get in the shower and you need to stand there against the wall, and I'm just going to douse. I'm just going to pour it on you at this point. I'm just going to throw olive oil at the wall, and I hope it hits your balls.
I wonder if like the olive oil made the ball sack like really smooth though.
I literally cannot. Can you tell us if the olive oil made your ball sack smooth?
Yeah, we need to know.
Smooth.
We know it follow up.
Okay, well, I am off to Pilates and the furniture store because we know how many times I've talked about how I'm going to get my office together and also how I'm going to get my guest bedroom together. And I also lied to everyone and said I was going to do that over the holiday break and didn't. So here I am really sacking up, going to the furniture store, picking out the furniture, ordering it today, and putting that shit together because I'm tired of looking at it. Like, it's the only place in my house not done.
Put together. Yeah, I hate that feeling.
So that's what I'm doing. And then I'll just like catch up with all of my other bullshit that I wanted to talk about today but didn't have time for. So
okay.
I hope that you have a good rest of your day. I hope all of you kitties also have a good rest of your day. Also, if you have not signed up to be a part of our Telegram group chat where the chode dick pic is about to be posted.
I already posted it.
I will make sure that I post the link for that. I have decided that weekly I'm going to go in there and just drop like either like a Starbucks card or a Dunkin' card to subscribers of that chat. I think that's only fair. And if you guys have not subscribed to our show, you can do that by searching the Purple Podcast app. Just type in Coffee Combos, click subscribe, click the 5th star, leave us a written review. You can also find us on Spotify, Podcast One, Always First, and any other podcast app where you guys listen to podcasts. I hope you guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
I'm Lola Blanc.
And I'm Megan Elizabeth.
And we're the hosts of Trust Me, the podcast about cults, extreme belief, and the abuse of power.
Now on Podcast One.
We're real-life cult survivors.
And we're here to tell you anyone can join a cult.
If you've ever dived headfirst into a new self-help program,
or believed wholeheartedly in a spiritual practice,
or even just trusted someone with your life,
guess what? You're just as susceptible as everyone else.
No one is safe, especially not Megan.
I'm the most susceptible.
We want to debunk the myth that people who join cults are uneducated or naive or broken, because anyone can be manipulated by a narcissist or feel good in a new group they've joined.
And we should know we both have been.
Join us every week as we explore the world of extreme belief,
talk to survivors and experts,
and share our own experiences with cults and the abuse of power.
Don't be fooled. You might be next.
Get new episodes of Trust Me every Wednesday on Podcast One, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere you get your podcasts.